If you love the movies like I do and you like to laugh, you probably shared my feeling of loss this week at the death of Peter Sellers. Sellers was, I think, one of the great comic actors in the history of movies, and he never failed to make us laugh, not just at him, but at ourselves, when he showed us how silly and vain and pompous we can all be, and also how funny and lovable we can be at our awkward worst. We had planned this week to bring you interviews with some of Broadway's most popular stars, and we will have those interviews for you on a future program. But right now, we wanted to pay tribute to Peter Sellers by showing you first a clip from one of his best recent pictures, The Return of the Pink Panther, and then an interview I did with him when that movie was released in 1975.
You have a license? Monsieur? City Ordinance 47B prohibits the playing of any musical instrument in a public place for the purpose of commercial enterprise without a license.
I don't understand.
It is against the law for you to play your musical instrument.
The law?
What?
You say is against the law?
Yes, unless you have a proper license.
What kind of license?
A license that permits the playing of any musical instrument in a public place for the purpose of commercial enterprise.
Commercial enterprise?
Yes. You play that thing and people give you the money.
People give the monkey the money.
It is the same.
Oh, not at all, monsieur. I am a musician and the monkey is a businessman. He doesn't tell me what to play and I don't tell him what to do with his money.
Monsieur, don't try to be funny with me. He is your monkey, therefore it is your money.
He lives with me, but he is not my monkey. One day I came home and I found him sitting in the living room. I let him stay, but he pays for his own room and board.
Then the monkey is breaking the law.
But he doesn't play any musical instrument.
City Ordinance 132R prohibits the begging.
How do you know so much about city ordinances?
What sort of stupid question is that? Are you blind?
Yes.
Oh, I see, yes. Yes, of course. Well, you happen to be talking to a police officer. And because I expect to be transferred back to the detective division at any moment, I will let you off this time with just a warning.
Thank you, Monsieur Argent.
But you must get yourself a proper license.
First thing tomorrow.
Try to do something about your filthy monkey.
This is California Sun with the help of some Klieg lights here at La Costa, and I'm with Peter Sellers. Hi, Peter.
Hello there. Hi.
Talking about your latest movie, Return of the Pink Panther.
Oh,
which,
yes.
You do some voices in, and I wonder if most people watching you now think of you as a guy who does characterizations of 1,000 people. How did you get started doing that?
Well, Joe, I really started some years ago now in radio, in the BBC, doing voices. See, I was a voice man, what they call, you know, the same thing, and in various shows. And the thing was, in those days, to add to one's repertoire of voices, because the more you could do, as I said, the more jobs you got.
What do you do when I say talk American? How do you talk? Let me hear you talk like you think Americans talk.
Particular...
say the Midwest.
Well, I was doing some Midwest recently for TWA on a new commercial. We were playing a fellow, I can't remember exactly the guy's name right now, but it's pretty, he sounded a little bit like Richard Nixon. It's really great to have you here.
He's not far from you.
I know, I've seen that. I have a little son. It's right down the road. Patricia and I are very glad to have had the opportunity to welcome you here to La Costa.
Thank you very much.
And we often come in. I've written a little tune entitled I'm Innocent of Watergate. A little thing I'm trying to get in the hit parade. It goes, because I served with Anzio. Oh, I was hit in the leg. Remember that? A guy said to me, public relations guy, he said, every time you get out your car, Dick, grab your leg and say, oh, Anzio. It's good for your image. You know what I mean? Glad to
Now, have you studied that?
Sorry.
Do you know?
No, we did a record at the time about Nixon, and but the record company brought it out much too late, and you know it was bad timing, so we killed it. And It's just on tape at the minute.
Please do Humphrey Bogart. I saw you doing that before, right?
Humphrey Bogart? Oh, dear.
You did a little bit in the movie, I think. But
Yeah, a little bit of Humphrey Bogart in the movie. Let me see, Humphrey Bogart. And now, ladies and gentlemen, my next will be Humphrey Bogart. It's really swell to be here today and to have the opportunity. Not many people knew that Humphrey Bogart was a fact.
Well, I admit it. Montage is giving you a first.
Yeah. And here's looking at you, kid. I love it. Yes.
I can see you're getting tired from all these interviews.
Yes, I am. No, that's right.
Now, but Inspector Clouseau, now
Yes.
let's talk about him for a moment.
Yes.
The mispronunciations of the words. Minky, was that accidental or was that planned, scripted out, written?
No, that was, you know, something we worked out because the French say money, and it monnaie. So it followed that you put the K in there, Munke. But it's turned out to be Minky now, I see. It's turned out to be Minky. It's actually Munke.
It's actually a whole new
This is
world.
the Munke. But, you know, the French have a certain way of speaking anyway. I mean, if I was sitting here, you are interviewing. Say, well, my name is Jacques Lepont.
Oui.
And just, you know, I'm very glad that you have enjoyed my new film. And I hope to receive the, you know, welcome when I come to your city. And I'm very glad to be here in America because it is my first visit, you know. And you know, they say you know a lot. I don't know why they say you know.
Let me ask you, do you do this in your personal life when you go in a restaurant?
No,
Do you
I
pull
don't.
this?
I don't do
You never
anything
do
like
it?
this. I just eat.
Now,
when
come
I-
on. Now, you don't slink around like that.
I
You must
do.
enjoy putting people on, don't you?
No, I tell you, as a matter of fact, unless we're in a situation where it's, you know, one of those things where that is ripe. You know, a friend of mine, Harvey Orkin, we used to do it in elevators, especially in Paris. He used to say, you know, he'd come from an operation or something like that. He was going to operate on some guy. That you have to keep your hands still or whatnot. And we also got some women at it about an airline. There was a strike with airlines coming out of Paris. All of which is very dull and uninteresting. Snip, snip, snip. But getting back to putting people on, I don't actually. No. I mean, if it comes to having a bit of fun, sometimes yes. But otherwise, I'm not what you call your professional sort of.
You don't really feel you're
funny man.
You're
No,
not on
no.
most of the time.
No, I don't. No.
All right.
No.
Well, thank you very much. With apologies to the estate of Humphrey Bogart.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks very much. The late Peter Sellers, dead this week of a heart attack at the age of 54. He closed his act the way every showman wants to. He left us wanting more.